I'm from Thyroid Solutions. So today we are going to learn about working on semantic tags in HTML. So how we are going to work with the semantic tags in HTML and what are the purpose of this semantic tags in HTML. So let's begin today's session. So before going to the coding part, some theoretical aspects we will discuss. So here working with semantic tags in HTML. Working with semantic tags in HTML. I hope my screen is visible to all. So here HTML and HTML5 supports semantic tags. All semantic tags. Here we need to remember this thing that all these semantic tags in HTML are paired tags. Paired tags. Okay, guys. So what is this paired tag here? If you remember my first session, you will get to know that this paired tag is nothing but all those tags which have opening and closing tag. So all paired tags have opening as well as closing tag. Now here are few examples of examples of here are types of not example types of example we will discuss with the type. So here are types of semantic tags. Semantic tags. So what are the types of semantic tags we have in HTML? The first one we have is header tag, header tag. The next one we have is footer tag, footer tag. The next we one have is nav tag. Nav tag is also called navigation tag. Navigation tag. After that, ET, we have, let me write here the purpose of each tag. So heading tag. So header tag, it is used to create the header tag, header portion of the HTML file. It is used to create header section of the HTML. Footer tag. So it is used to create the footer section of the HTML. Navigation tag. It is used to used to create the navigation bar in the HTML. PT. This is used to display the text in monospace format. So it is used to represent or display the text, represent or display the text in monospace format. Monospace format. So the next one we have is audio tags. So it is used to add audio files, in the HTML page. Next one we have is video tag. So it is used to add video files in the HTML. So the next one we have is section tag. So it is used to create the section of the HTML. Because here you need to remember that difference between what is this section tag. Okay, when we do the practical we will get to know that what is this section tag and how we will work with it. Okay, don't worry about it. So figure tag, so it is used to display the image galleries, images, or we can say photos. So it is used to represent the images in gallery format. So the next one we have is SVG tag. SVG tag. What is this SVG tag? So it is used to create the graphics on the web page. The graphics on the web page. Okay. So these are the just basic common definitions. So now let's go to our web page, go to our VS Code and write the code for each and every tag one by one. So the first tag we have is header tag. So now let me open my VS Code here. So here I'm going to create a new file, that is I'm going to set task 17th May .html. So now here I'm going to put the boilerplate, and after that here first we have the header tag. Okay, so now in this HTML title I'm going to write semantic tags in HTML and HTML5 and HTML5. So here in the body section, once again, I am going to put HR first. HR is just to represent one line on the web page. So if I run this code now, you will observe that how this HR is represented. So here you can observe now that this HR is nothing but our one line coming on the top of the web page. So this line which is coming on the top of the web page is nothing but our HR. So to make it more clear, let me write a style. What is this style? We will learn about these stylings and all in the further videos. So let's give a basic styling here. Just background color I'm going to give as black. Let's put gray. It will be more nice to the eyes. So here I'm going to represent color of the text as wheat. Then we have text align as center. So now if I run this code once again, so here you will observe that this line is coming on the top and the background color is now grayish. So now here, once again, when I go to the VS Code here and in the body section, I'm going to write our first example is the header tag. So header tag I am opening and closing. As I said in my document, as I explained that all the semantic tags are paired tags. So obviously we have a closing and a opening tag also. So this one is my opening tag and this one is my closing tag. So after that, uh, I am going to write H1 here, and here I am going to write inside my H1 key, and here I am going to give header component. Let's write component, header component. And after that, once here, after this header section, I am going to give one more HR, one BR to break the line, then one more HR here. And now if I run this code, let's see where this header component is displayed. So now if I run this code, you will see that this header component is displayed on my top of the web page. So always remember guys, this header represents the top of the web page and footer represents the bottom of the web page. So now this thing is clear, I think. So now let's design it further by designing a section here. What is this section here? Actually, in every HTML page, a section represents to a collection of common elements. So in a web page, if we suppose here for an example, let me open an web page here, any Google or anything, you will get to know that. Suppose here, if I go back, you will see that there are so many news are coming here and so many things are now displayed. So each portion of this page represents unique thing. Suppose this portion represents that whatever the sites we visited, this portion represents that how what are the bookmarks I means mentioned, and this portion represents the story, what's going on, what's the news. So in this way, we can design this. All are called sections. So here, if I go for the section part, I am going to write one HR. Here once I am giving BR, and here once again, uh, not HR. Let's give it very simple. First one H1. I am giving here left side area. Left side area. Now let's run this code and see where this left side area is written and where it is displayed on the screen. So now if I run this code, you will see here left side area is coming but just below this my header component. Okay guys, so why this is my question, that why this left side area is not coming just below here, just below header component? Why this thing is not displayed here, or why this left side area is not displayed on the left side of the web page? Because here's the reason, because here I close this header component. Once I close this header component, my header component is not accessible to any other component. Okay, any other thing which I am putting here will be displayed obviously down this header component. So now if I put this left side area, suppose I want to put this left side area in the header component, let's see what happens here. So now if I see H1 there, so now you will observe that my left side area is coming just below the header component. Guys, getting till here, I hope you all are getting these things, that whenever we close any section, this section cannot be accessed by any other elements of the web page. So now I'm opening here another section, and inside this section, before opening to the next section, let me put here HR just to give a one line space, BR to break the line, and one more HR, one more HR here. And inside this section tag, I'm going to write now again H1, and here I'm going to write right side area. Here I'm going to write right side area, right side area. So once again, if I close this section now, here I'm going to give HR, one more BR, break the line, and one HR. Again, let's make the footer part. So here H1 I'm giving TT, and here I'm saying the footer component, footer component, footer component. Okay, so now let's run this code and see how our HTML appears. So our HTML is something like this. The top portion always represents my header part. This top portion represents my header part. This bottom represents my footer part. This is my left side area. This is my right side area, which I created with the help of section tag. Why this left side area is not under this header component? Because I closed my header component here. So now any element cannot access this thing. So that's why my left side is not coming just below the header component. Okay. So now if I put this right side area inside the footer component, so what will happen, guys? So if I put this right side area under my footer component, so now let's see what happens. The right side area and the footer component becomes the same. So now if you observe that in any HTML pages, suppose let's visit an HTML page here like Flipkart, let's visit and see what's the footer component says there. Okay, so now if I say Flipkart here, suppose here I'm saying Flipkart and I'm opening the Flipkart site now. So here you will observe that first of all, this Flipkart site has many sections. Okay, so the first section represents this best electronics, beauty, food, toys, and more. And if you go down, if you observe here that it has two footers. How these two footers are coming? Why these two footers are coming all of a sudden? This thing top stories brand directory, and after that we have this main footer. So why this thing is happening? This thing is happening because of this thing. This only. Okay, we designed the footer component. We wrote the code here, many lines of code. Suppose here I am writing P paragraph tag I am opening, and here I am giving Lauren 20. Suppose I am giving here each line and breaking. So now if I see here, my code is something like this. So the Flipkart site is doing nothing but this thing. They are representing this text and the footer component as well. Okay, guys, I hope this thing is clear to all. So now let's move to the next part, using div tags, working with div tags, using div tags. So how we can use the div tags here? So using div tag, div tag. So here, okay, so what is this div tag? Here is a catching point that this div tag represents division of the tags. What is this division of the tags? This division of the tags, let me go to the VS Code and once again we will write the code to make the division of the tags. So before that, let me copy our previous codes for the further reference. Here I'm going to give header tag, and in this header tag, this is my example one. So here I'm pasting it for my further reference. So now we will be working with the div tags or division tag. So here I'm giving one HR, just one line space, then div I'm creating here. And inside this div, I am writing header component h1tt. Mono tt is used for mono space format. Then I am writing header component. header component. After this div, I'm giving HR. First, let's check how this div appears. So now if I run this code, so you will observe that this header component is represented like this. And if I inspect this once and check that how this div is appearing, so you will observe that this div is appearing like this. And I'm giving h1 here, and this div is nothing but this whole thing is my div. Okay, so now here after this hr I'm giving one br, once again hr, and here I'm giving another div, and here h1, and I am writing here a left side area, left side area. So now if I run this code, here you will see that how my left side area is appearing now. My left side area is appearing just below this header component. So now you will be confused that what is the difference between this div and this section. Okay, because in the section part also we created the left side area. If you go to our notepad and see here in the section part also we did that h1 left side area. So what is the this difference between this div and this section tag? So what is actually this is an interview question also, that what is the difference between section and division tag? Division tag. So the answer is, the answer is the difference is that div can contain can contain non-similar non non-similar non-similar objects, but a section always contains or consists of always contains or consists of similar objects. What is the similar objects? So you will see now in the Flipkart website that on the top here, if you observe that this is my sub, first of all, this is not my section. This is my div. If right now, if I click here, inspect this thing, you will see that this thing will be represented under the div category, not the section category. So here, if you see that, if I go here, this part, you will see that so many things are, this whole thing is now, if you look bottom here, it is displaying me div. On when I put a cursor there, you will see div underscore 3sdu8w, something is written like this. So this represents my whole div. But if I move further, this is the section part. This one is my section part. So now if I click on this, it is now going to my section part, that what are the things they are displaying. Okay. So now here, I hope this thing is clear. So now once again, I'm going to create one HR here, one BR, and one more HR. After that, once more, I'm creating a div tag. Here I'm giving H1 right side area. Then once again, when HR I'm giving, when BR I'm giving, one more HR I'm giving. Here I'm opening a new div tag, and here H1 I'm giving as footer component. footer component. So now if I run this code, you will observe this thing that they all are like this, and you will be thinking that the previous section tag and this div tag also don't have any difference, but the difference lies in the concept that whenever we create any section tag, we have to put the similar kinds of things there. Suppose in the cloth shop, all you will get a clothes only, okay, but no, you will not get their sweets, or you will not get their shoes, okay. So these are the section. If you move towards, if you go to, suppose you are going to a market, so there you will observe that each shop has a section of the things. Suppose there we are going, suppose you are entering in a footwear shop, so always you will find that footwear shop is your division, but inside that footwear shop you have multiple sections. Formal shoes are the one section, sandals are in one another section. Those are the section, but the whole thing inside which all sections are built, that is called the division type. Okay guys, so I hope this thing is clear now. So let me cut this thing and paste here as example one. One. So now we are going to move towards my next, that is which tag is there for the semantic tag, that is one is, okay, let's go for the audio tags. So now we are going for audio tags. Audio tag. So let me open my VS Code here and let me write the code for audio tag. So here my audio tag is first I'm going to give HR here. So to make one line, here I'm opening the center tag, and inside the center tag I'm opening audio, audio. So here inside this src, I in place of this src I'm writing controls, and here I am writing source. src I am putting as dot slash. If you observe that in the last section, I said that whenever you have your folders, image folder, or whatever the audio, video folders you have, if you have those inside your own folder, suppose here I want to put audio there, my audio folder is inside my main folder. So to put that audio inside my main folder, okay guys, I have to give the dot slash, then automatically this audio suggestions are coming and I can put any audio from this thing. Okay. So now before putting the audio, let me comment this thing and let me show you that what happens if I put this audio control. So now if I run this code, you will see that here an audio button like something is coming here. So now here, let's check what happens if I put the audio source there. So let me uncomment this one. And here, so now if I give here I'm writing H2, and here I'm giving as sample audio 1, sample audio 1. And let me run this code and check how our audio appears. So if you see that my audio is coming something like this. So this is the cheering of all the audience. So this is my audio one. In the same way, we can put another audio also. Audio here. In case of SRC, I'm giving controls, and here I'm giving h2 is equals to. Okay, guys, I want to ask one thing, that why my h2 is not coming anywhere? Why my h2? Let me comment for this audio section for a moment and answer me that I put their audio sample audio one, but if I run this code, you will see sample audio one is not displaying here. So where it is now? It is not displaying because I put this sample audio inside my audio tag. So if I move this outside, now if you see here, it will be visible on my screen. So sample audio one. Okay, guys. So now here, once again, let me uncomment all these things. So here, once again, I'm opening a div tag here, div tag, and inside div tag, I'm writing h1 and sample audio 2, sample audio 2. Now I'm putting all these codes, audio and all, inside my div tag, and let's check what happens at this point. So now if I run this code here without, I'm not right now, I have not provided any source for the audio. So now if I run this code here, you will see that this sample audio 1 and this sample audio 2. Okay. So now here, after this, I am putting source, and in source, I am putting src as dot slash, and I am giving here audio, this one. So now if I run this code here, you will see that flowing of the rivers are coming. Okay. So now what will happen if I give here multiple audio tags? Now if I give multiple audio tags, let me give sample audio 3, sample audio 4 here. So now if I run this code, so it will show me all these sample audios one by one. Okay, guys. So I hope this audio tag is clear now. So now our next tag, let me copy this code here for my further reference. This was my example one, and let me paste my code here. So my next tag we have is the next tag we have is figure tag, figure tag, figure tag. So now here, let me go to the VS Code and check that what is this figure tag and how it works. So now I'm giving an HR here. After that, I'm giving figure here, FIGURE, figure. After that, here I'm giving IMG, SRC I'm putting as, here we have image folder, and I am picking angular.jpg. And in this alt, I am saying invalid image, invalid image. So in the last class, we discussed that what is the purpose of this image, ALT. Anyone, please, can you answer what is the purpose of this ALT? So the purpose of this ALT is whenever we put any wrong path, any wrong, suppose here I am not giving this thing, and now if I run this code here, you will see that this ALT will be activated and it will show me invalid image. Okay, guys, this we discussed in the last class. So now if I say angular dot jpg, and now if I run this code here, it will give me the perfect output. It is now image is coming. Okay, so now let's set the height and the width of the image. So here I am giving here height is equals to I am giving as 150 pixels. After that, I am giving width is equals to 150 pixels. Width also I am giving as 150 pixels. 150 pixels figure tag. Then once again here figure caption I am giving as here. So first of all, let me run this code and let's see how it appears. So it is appearing something like this. Okay, guys. So here I am here I am using another tag, that is fig caption. Fig caption. So let's see what is this fig caption. So this fig caption is nothing but it is going to represent about the figure, what image we put and what the related thing about the figure, about the image. So now if I run this code, so it is showing me angular. What we have to do, suppose in place of writing it down, I am putting it up. So now let's check what happens here. So if you see here, angular is coming on the top of this image. Okay, guys. So now here, angular framework, framework, angular framework. After that, here, once again, I am opening the figure tag here. And inside this figure tag, I am giving fib caption. And here, caption, I am putting it as Django, Django, Django framework, Django framework. So now if I run this code, let's check how our output appears. So here Django framework is coming, but image is not coming because we have not put the image source there. So let me put the image source. Here I am putting as, let me go to my image. Here I am putting as Django.jpg. Okay. So now let's see how our output appears. Our output is appearing something like this because we have not put the height and width of the image. Alt is equals to I'm giving image, invalid image. After that, height I am giving as 150 pixels and width I am giving as 150 pixels. 150 pixels. So now if I run this code, so here Django framework is coming. In the same way, let me write the other here figure tag. Once again, I am opening figure tag, and in the fib caption, I am writing Python, and here I am giving img source dot slash inside my image folder. Let's see where is my Python. Here we have that Python. So in the else section, I'm writing invalid image, invalid image. After that, height I am setting as 150 pixels and width I am setting as also 150 pixels. So now if I run this code, so my output is something like this. So Angular framework, Django framework, Python. So I hope this figure and fig caption is clear to all. So let me copy this code for my further reference. So now we will be working with video tags. So what is this video tag and how this video tag is used? Pip, figure tag and pip caption. Pip caption. So pip caption gives the small description about the image or the figure. So this one is my example one, and here I am pasting it. So now we have tag, video tag. So let me open my VS Code and let's work with the video tag here. So here in the video tag, I am going to write HR here. After that, I am going to give video controls. In place of this audio control, I am giving the video controls. So here video HR, here I am writing video. In place of SRC, I am giving controls, video controls. And here once again, I am giving source. In this source, I am giving src as dot slash because my video folder is inside my main folder. So here I am going inside my video folder and here we have this folder. Okay, I hope this thing is clear to all. Now, if I run this code here, so you will observe that my video is coming. My video is coming. So now if I suppose want to set the height and the width of the video, so here also I can set as a height is equals to height height I am setting as height is equals to I am setting as 150 pixels, and here I am setting width as I am width is equals to also 150 pixels. So now if I run this code, let's see what happens here. So here my video is appearing like this. Okay guys. So I hope this video tag is also clear. So now let's work with SVG tag. So what is this SVG tag and how it is used? Now our next part, let me copy this code here. This is my video is coming. So if I run this video, so it is visible on my screen. So now let me copy this code for my further reference. Example one. So I next working with SVG tags, SVG tag. So SVG tag is used to represent the graphics on the web page. So SVG tag is used to draw the graphics on the web page. So for that purpose, we are using SVG tag. So now here inside the body tag, I am using SVG tag as how we are going to use. First, I am giving this HR. SVG I am writing here. SVG inside the body tag, I am writing as SVG, and here I am writing as a height height is equals to 500 I am giving, and width is equals to I am giving also as 500. Width is equals to also I am giving as 500, and here I am writing as inside this, inside my SVG tag I am writing here circle, circle, I'm writing as circle, and here I am giving a CX60. CX is equals to I am giving 60. CY is equals to 60. CY is equals to 60. CY is equals to 60. And radius I am giving as 50. Stroke I am giving as black. Stroke I am giving as black. Stroke width I am giving as 4. Stroke width I'm giving as 4. I'm giving as 4. And then fill I'm giving as red. Fill I'm giving as fill is equals to I'm giving as red. So now if I run this code, let's see what happens here. So circle is not closing tag, so I have to use it here only. And if I run this code, so now let's see what happens here. So a circle is drawn on my web page with red color. Okay guys, so I hope this thing is clear. So now let's put a rectangle there. So here once again, if let me copy this, let me open a new SVG tag here. New SVG tag I am opening here. And inside this SVG tag, I am writing RECT, rect, and I am giving height as rectangle for rect. And here, once again, I am giving slash, then close. And here, let me fix this size here. So height I am giving here, height I am giving as height I am giving as 200. Width I am giving as width I am giving as 200. Stroke I am giving as red. Stroke I am giving as red. And stroke width I am giving as 4. Stroke width I am giving as 4. Fill I am giving as red. So fill I am giving as red. Fill I am giving as red. So now if I run this code, you will see here that a rectangle is coming here. So I hope you will and you enjoyed my session today. Thank you guys.